Hi soul family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be an emotional check-in for the collective, and we're going to have 3 cards to pick from. I do want to take a moment to announce that I do have PDF files available now for weight loss, for at-home workouts and gym workouts. This is just to keep it simple for you guys, because I know there's so many videos online on how to get started, and it's like it can be so overwhelming. So I made it as easy, as simple as possible to follow along, as well as, you know, affirmations to embody this new identity that you want to claim. So if you want to connect to the timeline where you are healthy, fit, just that version of you, it's going to be on my website as well. More information is there and in the PDF file, as well as my other services if you're looking to book with me, as well as a wish list down below if you'd like to gift me. So yeah, let's get into the reading. So you guys, I'm getting way better at, sorry y'all, my storage was full and it cut off. Overall, I'm already feeling like you guys are feeling like you're doing too much. Maybe you feel like you're just tired, you know, exhausted, you know, and I feel like that's the overlying energy that I'm getting for the collective. And it's like, you know, I feel like Spirit is calling the collective to see where all your energy is going, you know, and get real with yourself as to where you can spend less time doing certain things, you know. So if it's like, you know, if you're spending all your time worrying, how can you cut back on that, you know? But let's get into the pick a card, because I've been enjoying like picking the cards like live with you guys. So if you don't want to do that, you can just skip down below to the overview of the cards and pick that way. But yeah, so let's see. All right, Spirit, I only need 3 cards for how the collective is feeling. 3 cards for how the collective is feeling. Anything else? Good, number 1. What else? Oh. Okay. All right. So I've been enjoying the underlining energy, and underlining energy for the collective is gonna be self-love. Okay. So we'll talk more about it in the groups that you pick. So let's see what cards pop down. So we have pile number 1, surrender and flow. Ride the waves, tap into the flow state and let go. So this is what the card looks like for pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have mindset. Create reality, work with the subconscious, befriend the mind. That's crazy. I feel like pile 1 and 2 might be connected, because, you know, it's 8 and then there's 9, so there might be messages in both for you if you feel called to both. So then we have intimacy. Connect, discover, voice your needs, explore, and heal. Interesting. So this is the card for pile number 3. Okay, so whatever cards that you guys are intuitively drawn to, I'll see you in those piles, and I love you. Alrighty, hi pile number 1. So you chose surrender and flow, ride the waves, tap into the flow state, and let go. So a quick little emotional check-in for you right now, okay? And the overline, what is the word that I'm looking for? What is that word, Spirit? I'm picking up my amethyst crystal, because right now I'm like, wait. The shadow energies, there we go. All right, the shadow energies for the collective, this whole reading is going to be self-love and self-care. Okay, so this is the card that's underlining. Okay, and I feel like, you know, a lot of body issues is coming up right now for the collective, and that might be one of the reasons why I was called to even make the PDF file. You know, what ways are you mistreating your body right now is really what's coming up. So if you guys are feeling sluggish and not so good right now, or maybe you're having a hard time hearing the divine, it's like maybe you're eating a lot of junk food. Maybe you're filling your body with things that aren't healthy for you right now, and it's like it's blocking off your third eye. Whatever it is that you're doing, you know. I'm just getting, it's like whatever you're feeding your body right now is what's coming up. It's what's making it hard for you to go with the flow of life right now, okay? It's like maybe when you were eating healthier or putting more vegetables in your body, you felt more connected to spirit, is what I'm hearing. So, you know, that's something that's coming up. But you guys might be trying to ride against the wave right now, okay? Maybe it's like things aren't moving in your reality, so you're trying to do as much as possible, and you're realizing that no matter how much effort that you're putting in, nothing is changing. And I feel like Spirit's just saying to go with the flow, to allow what's happening to happen. And it's like, you know, it's like if you're doing something that you love, focus on just doing that, instead of wondering about the goals, or like looking at like, you know what, maybe I want to be a successful YouTuber, but I don't see my channel growing as fast as I want it to grow. And Spirit's like, that's not the point. I'm just saying that's not the point. It's like focus on embodying that energy of on the fact that you're doing what you want, what you love right now, instead of focusing on the goal, you know. Mermaids could be significant for this collective as well. You know, maybe you guys have that tattooed, or maybe you resonate with mermaid energy. Some of you guys could be a water sign as well. But it's like, you know, I feel like Spirit's just realizing, is letting you know that, like, don't give your power away to anything. You know what I mean? It's like, it's nice to have dreams and it's nice to have goals, but if it's all that you need, like you feel like you need it, you have to go after it, it's like, it creates suffering. It does, you know. So detachment is really going to be very important for this collective. I'm going to drop down below the playlist that I have for letting go of neediness and being in alignment with detachment. It does help for you to surrender that and just like go with the flow. Whatever it is that you're creating, just allow that to be pushed out there, instead of worrying about the end goal, is what's going to take you out of this like anxious feeling that you're feeling, and allow yourself to just go with the flow of life. Okay. What else do you have outside of the thing that you're trying to manifest? So, you know, it's like having multiple things that you're doing and not just being caught up in the one. So it's like, if you're pursuing your career, it's like, that's all I do all day. You know what I mean? It's like, I sit there and I hyperfixate on it. But I don't have anything else. It's like, Spirit saying, have hobbies, you know, that could help as well. All right, Spirit, how is my pile number 1 feeling right now? How is my pile number 1 feeling right now, Spirit? How is my pile number 1 feeling right now? How is my pile number 1 feeling right now? Okay, those ones like casually flew out too. Let's see. I feel like you guys are feeling the energy of your manifestation, but it's like you're not seeing it, so it's driving you mad. It's really what I'm getting. And Spirit's saying to surrender. I feel like the minute you just let go and detach is when things are gonna fall into your lap. But you also hate the idea of that, and I feel like I'm low-key triggering you right now. And it's like, babes, you know, this is Spirit messages. Like, don't come for me. Don't shoot the messenger. But it's like the abundant lifestyle that you are visualizing, that you're feeling, it is here. It is here for you. Yes, vibrationally, it's already manifested. However, it's like Spirit just wants you to like protect your energy and to not let one specific goal have full control over you. You know, it's like, what else can you be doing in the meantime? So spending time with friends, you know, and I feel like a lot of opportunities are going to come in for you guys for people who want to help you in whatever field that you are doing, whatever it is that you do. A lot of collaboration as well. But it's like this happy timeline is already here for you already. But it's like you're in the state of worry of like, oh my God, when is it going to happen? Like, you know, you're just like in that worrying state. And it's like Spirit saying that if you knew it was already here, what else would you be doing? You know? It's like, start to focus on other areas of your life right now. It's time for you to detach from that area. Is what I'm hearing. All right, Spirit. However they're feeling. Okay, what is your advice for pile number 1? Your advice for pile number 1, Spirit. Your advice for pile number 1. Okay. Excuse me. Spirit wants you to let go of the things people said to you in your past as well. That's replaying in your head. That makes you feel like maybe this can't be for you. Maybe people told you that you never be successful, or you can never do the things that you like, the goals that you have are too big for you, is what I'm hearing. But Spirit wants you to have the strength to trust yourself. Trust that inner knowing, that deep inner knowing that it's already yours. You don't need to see it externally to believe that. So Spirit wants you to get into that energy, you know, and to also pour more into your cup. Because some of you guys might be feeling like a headache right now. Or you may be feeling like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. And it's because, like, when was the last time you stopped and prioritized self-care? You know, you guys have been, this is my collective, where you've probably been prioritizing work over rest, over taking care of you, you know, and it's starting to affect you mentally. You know, maybe you guys are having a whole bunch of clutter all over the place. You know, your room is starting to reflect how your mind is feeling, you know. It's because you're being too obsessed about the end goal, you know, and Spirit saying that it's already yours. Can you relax? Can you start to take care of yourself? Because once you start to pour into you, the universe sees, okay, you are your number 1 priority, not this manifestation. You are, is what I'm hearing. So we have thank your body for all that it does for you on the top of the cards. Yeah, so Spirit wants you to like add more self-care into your routine, you know, protect your energy. Protect your energy is what I'm hearing. Any other messages for, okay, these couple want to come out. So, okay. All right, so Spirit's saying that if anybody from your past is coming up and they're triggering you, let it go. Let it go. It's not worth it, because it's like they just want to take your energy, and you guys are very much like in the state of manifestations coming through very quickly. So you guys could be traveling very soon as well. But Spirit's saying that right now you just need to take care of yourself. Put you first, okay? And continue to create your Pinterest board, you know, visualize the life that you want to bring in. You know, do softer things right now. I feel like that's what Spirit is calling you to do. But you guys are going through a major transformation, and Spirit wants you to know that, you know. It's like, I feel like the version of you before is dying, and it's like maybe you're having a hard time accepting the fact that you need to have balance, like accepting the fact that, you know, I can't just be all work and no rest. So maybe that's what's like you're fighting against. Maybe you're just like, okay, I'll rest once I'm done, or I'll rest once I'm done. And Spirit's like, you know what, we're going to continue to slow things down until you start to prioritize your health, your well-being, your body, you know, your health. Yeah. So that's coming up very, very much for this collective. So I don't know. I don't know if what I said was helpful. I know you were expecting something else, but it's like sometimes it's the simple things, you know. And the more fun, the more like happiness you're having is when you actually pull your manifestations into you better. So you know what, like trying to listen to frequencies that uplift your mood, you know, just get you out of this serious energy, because you're taking life too seriously is what Spirit is saying. You know, that's why you're feeling this like suffering, this push and pull. Just go with the flow. Let's chill, you know. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. I feel like, you know, I feel like I added nothing to your life, so I'm sorry if I didn't, but, you know, yeah, these were like the messages. I'll see you in the next one. Hi, pile number 2. So you chose this card, Mindset. Okay, so I feel like you're feeling a little frustrated right now, because it's like, you know, you keep hearing people say, you know, I'm the creator, you know, like I have full control of my life, and anything you want can manifest. This is my collective where you're probably watching a shit ton of manifestation videos and ain't shit shaking in your reality, and you're frustrated. You're frustrated. And it's like maybe you tried listening to like those subliminals, it didn't work, and you're just like, you know what, I'm done. Maybe it's just not meant for me. I'm here to tell you right now, stop telling yourself that, okay? The reason why you're feeling like shit right now is because you're allowing that voice to have control over you. That's telling you, okay, it can never happen for you, darling. Like those people who manifested their dream life, they were different somehow. No, that's just another way for you to convince yourself to stay stuck in the reality that you are in. And I, as your favorite tarot reader, will never lie to you, babes. Will never lie to you, okay? So I'm gonna keep it real with you. You need to be consistent with the subconscious reprogramming. You know, you can't start and stop, okay? Consistency. You know, if you're gonna commit to self-love, listen to that frequency until the brakes break off. Okay, until you love yourself so much, it's like it just pouring out of your pores, okay? But yeah, your mind is really what's trying to get you to stay in the old version of you that like felt like a victim, or I felt like they couldn't do anything in their reality. It's like that fear, that crippling fear. It's like you're challenging that part of you, and it doesn't want to die. But guess what? You are going to kill it. Okay? I'm here to tell you right now that you've already killed it. Okay? That's the energy I want you to embody. It's dead already. Okay? You're creating a whole new reality. And this is going to be one where you really do see that you can manifest anything you want, okay? You're going to be in creator mode, is what I'm hearing, okay? So allow yourself the time, you know, allow yourself to go through that process. Don't underestimate the internal work, y'all, because it's one of those things where it's just like you're planting the seed, and then boom, it grows. Boom, it grows, okay? You start to see a whole bunch of things happening in your reality. But you know what? Like, don't underestimate the power of self-love, affirmation, self-love, subliminals. Y'all, planting those seeds in your mind is the foundation. You can't have shit if you don't love yourself, okay? So don't underestimate the internal work that you are doing. Consistency is key with this, okay? I'm just hearing Spirit say consistency is key, okay? All right, Spirit, what are your messages for pile number 2? Interesting. All right, let's get some more messages while I read your vibe. I feel like Spirit's saying to also create a vision board of what you want to like manifest, you know, so you see it in your reality, you know, anchor it from here and bring it into the 3D, okay? Because it's like some of you guys, it's like you live in your head, and it's like you need to start bringing the part of you that wants to create, that wants to evolve, bring that into your reality so you can see it. So it's like when you wake up in the morning, it's right in front of your face. That vision board is right in front of your face. So you know what? This is where I'm headed. it keeps you in alignment with your goals. You know what I mean? If you're seeing it every day, that vibration from your vision board, that's coming into your reality, you know? All you gotta do is see it every day, you know? Is what I'm hearing. And a happy timeline. Interesting. Anything else? All right, Spirit, how is my pile number 2 feeling emotionally right now? Emotional check-in for pile number 2. Anything else? Anything else? Interesting. I feel like there's just this mindset where you feel like you cannot achieve the goals that you have. You may feel like it's too high up, or it's like you just don't feel like you can reach them, you know? And it's like you're not even giving yourself the chance to try. Are you giving yourself the chance to try? That's literally what's coming right now. Like, Spirit's really sitting with you to ask you this so you can be real with yourself. Did you try? Did you give yourself that opportunity to try? You know, the difference between people who succeed and don't is they kept going. They kept going, you know? Just having this, like, the spirit in you that wants to continue, listening to that voice instead of listening to the voice that wants to convince you that this can never be you, you know? I just feel like some of you guys are feeling like your finances aren't where you want it to be, and it's feeling very discouraging. It's like maybe you feel like, you know what, I should just like go back to my 9 to 5, or I should just like, you know, like join back the Matrix is what I'm hearing. It's just like, no, darling, just bet on yourself. Bet on yourself, darling. Bet on yourself, because it's all about your mind. Abundance begins in the mind, okay? Before it begins anywhere else. You get a creative idea, Spirit's giving you the tools to create the reality that you want. Are you going to listen? You know, I feel like this collective, where you are right now, you have to befriend the inner critic, you know? Because it's like, imagine, like, getting that voice on board with you, you know, can bring you so much further than you fighting against the grain, you know? It's like, so that's what I'm saying, pile number 1 might be significant. It's like you're trying to swim against the grain. It's like, darling, loving yourself, slowing down, taking care of your mind is really what's going to push you further than you trying to do more externally. So maybe you're trying to like bend your reality how you want it to externally instead of like planting those seeds. It's like maybe you're going after a goal but you feel like you're not worthy. That's going to be like pulling teeth, y'all. So working with that internal world is really the foundational shift that you need, is what I'm hearing, you know? You guys, I feel like Spirit's saying that you're manifesting relationships that are give and take, because you guys used to have a lot of people in the past that used to like backstab you, take from you, you know, and it's because you didn't feel worthy. So you had to heal that self-love wound, you know? So Spirit's saying don't underestimate the work that you're putting in right now. And I know right now you may feel like, oh my God, I just want a sign of hope. You just want to see like a little glimpse of hope, some type of sign, you know, and this is your sign to keep going. That the way that your life looks now is not how it's going to look a year from now. Bet on yourself. Okay, that's coming through. All right, Spirit, what is your advice for pile number 2 about how they're feeling? It couldn't be any clearer, y'all. Couldn't be any clearer than this. Bet on yourself, okay? If you guys are meant to be like spiritual teachers, maybe you're feeling like, how the hell am I gonna help somebody when I can't help myself? It's like everything that you're going through right now is going to be the reason why you can help other people, because you're gonna help yourself out of this time of darkness. You're gonna help yourself out of this despair that you're feeling, you know? It's like you have to believe that, you know? It's one of those things. It's like when I was going through Dark Night of the Soul, y'all, all I did was pray. I couldn't commit to any of my dreams. I couldn't commit to any goal I had on my vision board. All I could commit to was daily prayer, because I just needed help out of the darkness. And one day, I got this energy, I got the motivation, and I know it was God, and I know it was Spirit, because there was no motherfucking way that just came out of nowhere. So all I can say is continue to double down on your prayer, continue to focus on you. Do whatever it is that you can commit to right now that is an act of self-love. It could be as simple as possible. It does not need to be this crazy thing. People think that in order for me to love myself, I gotta go, I don't know, like run a marathon, buy myself a bouquet of flowers, cut everybody off. Like whatever it is that you need to do, it could be as simple as that. You know, as simple as prayer. Okay, I'm gonna commit to daily prayer every morning. Start there. Okay, you know, for me, I started with lotioning my goddamn body. That's how my self-love journey began. Okay, and if that version of me could see where I am today, she'd be like, damn, all because we lotioned our body. So it's like, don't underestimate the simple things, you know. But spirit is just letting you know that you are here to rule your own reality. Stop expecting things to come and change for you. You know, a lot of times, this is one of the things that I hated about when I first like got into the spiritual community and started learning about manifestation. People made it seem like it was just something that you had to just sit back and it just get delivered to you. Not if you don't believe it can happen for you. There's so much internal work that you have to go through. You know, you have to feel your emotions, release those stored emotions. There's no spiritual bypassing in this. If you come across my channel, feel, baby, feel, cry. Okay, cry, let it go, let it release. Because when you upgrade your frequency, you can hold the frequency because you didn't try to listen to a bunch of frequencies and not reprogram your mind. It's not gonna work. You know, as high as you went up is how fast you're gonna crash down if you don't try to process yourself, process like your shadow work and all that extra shit. You know, so yeah, you know, don't underestimate the power of like your internal work. You're laying a good foundation, a steady foundation. Everybody who's telling you to just ignore all your feelings and let go, let God, and feel, ignore your feelings, forgiveness. Focus on how you're feeling. Feel them emotions. Release them emotions as many times as you need. If you need to cry 99 times, you cry 99 times. Okay? No judgment. Just release. But Spirit's saying that, like, to get out of the mindset of, like, feeling stuck in your reality is to get focused on what you want. So get clear. So this is my collective where it's like, if I asked you what you want, do you even know? You could tell me, like, something broad as, I want peace. Okay? That can mean anything. I need you to get as clear as possible. What do you want your reality to look like? What else do you want? What does that peace look like to you? A peaceful life could be like, that's so general. Like, what does your peaceful life look like? Is it like you get up in the morning and you get to start your morning slow? That's your peaceful lifestyle? Okay, what does your peaceful lifestyle look like? So I just feel like Spirit saying, get focused, get clear, and then you can start to move in the direction that you need to move in. But trust yourself and create. There's nothing coming down to save you. There's nothing coming down to do the creation for you. Spirit meets you halfway. Okay? Can you meet me halfway? Right on the borderline is where I want to stay for you. Yeah, so Spirit's just saying get clear. That's the advice that I have for you, honestly. It's not anything crazy. It's just get focused, get clear, and don't underestimate the internal work that you're doing. Continue to love on you, y'all. Self-love is a very high frequency to be on. Okay, I know they say authenticity is the number one, but you can't have authenticity without loving yourself, because you got to accept yourself to be authentic. So just saying. Yeah, so those are my messages for pile number 2. Yeah, pile number 2, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi, pile number 3. So you chose intimacy, connect, discover, and voice needs, explore, and heal. So emotional check-in for you, my darling. I feel like Spirit is calling you to check in with how you view intimacy, in your partners, with yourself, just in general, you know, really just check in with yourself on that, you know. Maybe some of you guys are finding it hard to like express what it is that you need. Maybe you feel like you're too much, and Spirit's just saying that like you're not giving people the opportunity to show up for yourself if you're not going to voice your needs, right? So maybe you're feeling frustrated or you're feeling resentment towards a specific person or a group of people, but it's like, did you tell them how you feel? People can't read minds, y'all. And I know you guys are psychic and all up in here, you know, like, you know, this is my highly psychic people, you know, because if you came in touch with my energy, it's like, you know, sometimes you wonder, it's like, how can't you read my mind? Okay, I can know when you're having a bad day. I can know when you're feeling like this. And it's like, that's a lot of pressure for one person, you know. Practice voicing your needs. Practice speaking up. Because it's like, you know, as much as people be around us, sometimes people be in their own world. They be like doing their own thing. And it's like, you know, you're highly empathetic. So it's like, even if you're in your own world, you can feel their energy. So that's how you can pick up on if someone's having a bad day. But it's like, allow yourself to just voice how you're feeling, you know. Open that throat chakra up. So this is my collective voice. Like, I do recommend like looking up some teas for your throat chakra. Allow your voice to be heard, you know. This is my collective where you just probably like, you take a lot of things personally, but you don't speak up about how you feel. So that's your wounded inner child. So healing that part of you is also healing that inner child, is what I'm hearing. So we have call your energy and power back to you, charge and cleanse. So this could be from somebody from your past that you used to be like intimate with. that maybe made you feel like you weren't like able to voice how you felt. Like maybe if you tried to speak up, they try to knock you down, or they just didn't hear you, or they like downplayed your feelings. It's like going back to that part of you and talking to them, healing with them, like spending time with them. So I feel like this collective, maybe you just need to journal right now. You really need to sit with your feelings. Whatever it is that you're trying to distract yourself with, it's not working. It's not working. So if you're here right now, this is what Spirit needs you to hear. Speak your mind. It doesn't matter if other people take it a certain way or how they view it. It's the simple fact that you allow yourself to be heard. We're not responsible for how people react to what we say. It's just like, you know what, I'm expressing my voice. If you take it a certain way, all I can say to myself is I'm happy that you spoke up and you said what you needed to do. I'm here, say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Yeah, you guys are going through a awakening right now, and you're releasing something from your body. So that's what this emotion is, this intense emotion is. And I feel like some of you guys could be seeing 1616 right now. Spirit, what else is my collective feeling? What else is group number 3 feeling right now? What else is group number 3 feeling right now? What else? Okay. Interesting. Let me get the vibe, y'all. Let me get the vibe. Hold on. You guys could be seeing 222 a lot as well. Spirit wants you to know that you are in alignment with what you're trying to manifest at this time. But this is my collective where you try to like distract yourself in work. I'm definitely getting that. But it's like some of you guys could be like a Pisces rising. I'm hearing it's in this lifetime you're meant to feel. You're meant to feel your feelings. You're meant to process a lot of things. Release your shadow. Not release your shadow. Like release like certain wounds that your shadow has. Maybe some of you guys could be like trying to let go of your shadow, but it's like the only thing you need to do is make peace with your shadow. Your shadow ain't going nowhere. Okay. As enlightened as you are, all versions of you, all parts of you need space to live. Is what I'm hearing. Let's see. I feel like you guys are trying to let go of the past, and maybe it's like it's hard because you never got to say how you felt. It's also what I'm getting. It's like maybe you never got to say how you truly felt to someone, and so you feel like it's just unfinished business. And the thing is, we don't always get to say what we need to say in moments because maybe we need time to process our emotions, so we never got to say it to that person. You can write a letter. If you find yourself constantly thinking about this like situation, like how someone treated you, or like not feeling heard or feeling misunderstood, write about it. Write them a letter. That's you releasing it from your body. That's you sending that energy out into the universe that you're ready to let go and move on, instead of keeping it in your mind. Because I feel like you guys are like going back and forth in your mind about like how things could have went, as well is what I'm hearing. And you want to move on. You want to move on from something that caused you a lot of pain. Like I'm getting this could either be like a friendship or like an intimate relationship that you had with someone. It's because I feel like you guys know that you're ready for something new, but it's like you feel like, how can I let go? No matter how much I try, I can't let go. And one thing that I learned about letting go as well, write the letter, y'all. That's an advice. Write the letter. However, it's like letting go, just like the more we're attached to wanting to let go, is the harder it is for us to let go, right? So when I was like letting go of this like heartbreak that I was going through, the minute I say, you know what, this is here, this is my feelings, I've allowed myself to cry. If it comes up again and I need to cry, I will cry. However, I'm not going to be stuck in this timeline. I'm going to continue to move forward. And as I continue to move forward, like things were processed, feelings were released. And one day I woke up and it wasn't like this person was consuming my mind. Before they used to consume my mind every day. As soon as I opened my eyes, I thought about them. I go to sleep, I think about them. On how much they did me dirty. And it's like, that wasn't healthy for me. The only way that I can get out of that energy is when I take them off the pedestal and I put myself there. So I made myself my priority and I started to focus on myself. So this person became less relevant. So I feel like that may be significant for this collective as well. And some of you guys, maybe some of you guys are also like, what I'm hearing Spirit saying is you are prioritizing other people over you, right? That could be another thing that you do in your relationships. Interesting. That's coming up for you to sit with that. You sit with that. That's what I'm hearing. Let's get some spirit messages for this collective, because your energy is a little bit confusing. Let's see. All right, Spirit, what is your advice for pile number 3 for how they're feeling emotionally right now? For how they're feeling emotionally right now. Anything else? Okay, only one card. Let's see. If it's meant to be, it will be. You won't have to force, convince, or worry over it. Let it flow, let it be, and let it come to you. You are attracting everything you need. Trust the timing of your life. Maybe some of you guys really hated how something ended for you in the past. Maybe this is like a relationship that you had. Something like suddenly happened, which is the Tower card that we have here. But it's like, you are used to always having to like overdo things to keep people in your life, right? And Spirit needed you to get out of that frequency and to learn to love yourself. So that's what's coming up for you, to look back at that old energy and to call your energy and your power back to you from this person, because you know this situation left you feeling so powerless, and you are not powerless. You are very powerful. So Spirit wants you to practice calling your energy back to you, cutting cords with this person, and focusing on you, like taking them off the pedestal, putting yourself there, making yourself a priority is the only way to move on from this. You know, they're not like, people are not going to always come back and say, I'm sorry. Even if they know they did you the filth and you were completely right. If you wait on the I'm sorry, you're going to forever feel stuck in your reality. Okay? So it's like, you have to get real with yourself right now. That's what I'm hearing. If you find yourself stuck in a situation where you are unhappy with, ask yourself, why are you still there? Is it fear of the unknown? Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing you can do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. So you walking away from the situation, you choosing yourself, that's you telling yourself that I'm worth it. That I am my number one priority. That I'm important. That I love me more. Okay? No one's coming in to give you your worth. You know, you have to establish that for yourself. Is what I'm hearing. I just feel like this collective just really needs to sit with their emotions at this time, to be honest. It's like one of those things where it's just like, you may be feeling stuck in your reality right now because there's an emotion that you're trying to run from. And that needs, there's a part of you that needs to be cleansed and healed. You'll know what I'm talking about. I feel like you know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm getting. Let's see. Any other cards I want to pull for you guys? Let's get some inner child healing, because I feel like this might have to do with like a wound from when you were a kid. Blood cleats. Oh my goodness. All this mess. Alright, let's get a healing message for you guys. I didn't pull any of this for the other groups, so don't tell them. Let's see. Daisies could be significant right now, you guys. Alright, Spirit. For pile number 3, what is your advice? For pile number 3, Spirit. Your advice for pile number 3? Okay. They have. You can do hard things. It is not impossible. It's not as impossible as it may feel. Number 41. So this is change, y'all. I feel like dragonflies could be significant as well. I feel like you're gonna stop putting people as like the center of your world. And when you start to do that, there's gonna be big changes that happen for you, right? Maybe you guys grew up as people pleasers. You know, when you were a kid, you had to make sure everybody else was straight before you did. So it's like, even if somebody does you dirty, you're always checking on them to see how do they feel. And it's like, that only left you feeling even more like, I'm just hearing like worthless. So there's a part of you that really needs you to sit with that, you know. In what way did you show up in your past relationships that was not in alignment with self-love, with you putting yourself first, or making yourself your number one priority. So really just sitting with how you show up in your relationships is really what Spirit's calling you to do right now. The emotions that you feel right now is what's coming up. So it's like, you know, what pattern do you keep replaying out of that deep childhood wound? So let's actually pull, let's read a card. Where's the, oh, here it is. I was like, where's the Oracle deck? Let's see what it says. There are many things in this life that we feel we cannot or should not have to do. It can be overwhelming to think about doing something that is hard, but in truth, many things we label as hard could be more appropriately labeled as simply time-consuming or long. Sometimes not wanting to do hard things can be reminiscent of mindsets we might have had in childhood. When we never wanted to clean our room or do homework, if we have pull this card, then you might need to reassess what has been labeled as too hard. So maybe some of the things that you're telling yourself, so, you know, this could be significant. You know, it's like when I was starting my self-love journey, I found it like annoying to have to lotion my body. I just felt like it was just a chore. And it's like, maybe that's how you guys are feeling when it comes to like prioritizing yourself. You're just like, why do I have to? Or it's like, you know, why do I have to love myself first for me to meet my soulmate? Why can't somebody just love me? You know, it's like you want somebody to like come in and love you, but it's like you don't even love you. You don't prioritize yourself, and it's like you're looking for someone to do that hard part for you. You know, it's like making yourself a priority. You're like, that's what you're looking for. Is what I'm hearing. Here's a self-care exercise. Take time today to think upon the beliefs that might be holding you back. Are you putting yourself in a box by what you cannot or should not have to do? Sometimes choosing to push through the feelings of I do not want to do this because I do not feel like it can be quite beneficial. Note: always trust your intuition when choosing which hard activities to do, and do not attempt anything unsafe to yourself or others. Here's a journaling prompt. How do you feel after you have done a hard thing? Are you proud of yourself? Remember to highly praise yourself after doing this hard thing because you deserve it. So this is my collective where I feel like maybe the old life, the new life, you feel pulled between the two of them, because it's like you feel like this new life you might have to do work and you don't want to do it. I'm being real with you guys, there's no judging. Maybe you feel like this new life that you want to claim, this abundant lifestyle that you want to claim, is like it's going to require a different version of you that actually has to take action, that actually has to be about it, that actually has to put in that work. And you're just like, oh my god, I don't know if I can do it. And you're just like, I'm hearing that like that meme where it's just like, I'm just a girl, like I don't want to do this, you know. That's what I'm hearing. And I feel like for this collective, one thing I learned about habits: make them as simple as easy as possible. You know, when I set goals for myself, I make sure that I have a minimum limit and then a maximum limit. So there's the days when I feel like highly motivated, ready to do this, and the days when I feel like, oh my god, I don't want to do shit. All I have to do is give it 5 minutes of my attention. So it's like, you know, if I say I want to read for 5 to 15 minutes daily, okay, if I pass the 15 minutes, that's a good day. That's great. But if it's like, if I hit 5 minutes, it's like, well, I still got my habit done for the day. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't aim so high so you feel like you're gonna crash and burn or like not do so well. It's like, get real with yourself and like just show up. That's all you have to do, is just show up, you know. So it's like, even like in the book that I'm reading, it talks about like, in Atomic Habit, he talks about like, oh, you know, people who say they want to work out, like one thing he realizes, there was like a study where this guy went to the gym, he went like for 5 minutes, and he's like, he just kept showing up for 5 minutes. Whatever he did, he immediately stopped after 5 minutes and went home. After a while, he started to increase those minutes, because it's like, I'm already in the gym, but it's like not making it hard to start. So I feel like you tell yourself, I'm going to start with going to the gym 5 days a week and I'm going to work out 45 minutes. You're not going to do that. You're not gonna do that, okay? So it's like starting small, you know, and that's why I even created the PDF files that I did, because it's like, I understand, okay? Making it as simple as possible, as easy as possible, because it's not about the end goal. People be focused on the end goal. It's like, I want to go to the gym because I want abs. Okay, it's not gonna last. You just wanting that one specific goal, but you've never moved your body a day in your life. Darling, you just have to practice showing up first. Before you can get them abs, you got to show up first, okay? So surrender the amount of time it's going to take you to get abs. Surrender that and just say, I'm doing this for me because I love my body, okay? This is what I'm doing. I'm moving my body because it helps with my mental health, you know? I'm moving my body because I'm a healthy person, you know, and this is what a healthy person does. And it's like surrendering the results. It's really what's going to help, okay? So allow yourself to do hard things. Allow yourself to show up for yourself, okay? It's going to be very healing for you and your inner child. So those are my messages for pile number 3, and I'll see you in the next one.